Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar hosted by Olapic. We're really excited to present Strategic Moderation, Curate and Conquer. My name is Nico Ramos. I'm Senior Director, Regional Manager at Olapic. Joining me will be Flor Guapoli, Senior Moderation Specialist, and Tim Palmer, Account Manager. For those who don't know what Moderation Services is, this webinar is a great opportunity to introduce you to our strategic moderation services. If you have moderation services, this is a great opportunity to leverage your visual content strategy based on best practices and case studies. During this webinar, we'd like to show you the potential of our strategic moderation services. Our expert team has assisted more than 500 brands overcome amazing challenges and truly helped with their overall visual content strategies. We'll start talking about some of the challenges that brands are going through and how they can leverage their opportunities with Olapic's platform. Then we will dig a little bit deeper into the curation process. Flor, Senior Moderation Specialist at Olapic, will guide us through the most important step of the processes, and we will learn how the strategic moderation services makes a difference for our customers. Finally, we will explore 3 case studies. These brands are really different one from one another, but they all have found incredible solutions partnering with our strategic moderation team. A couple quick notes. During the webinar, the audience will be in listen-only mode. If you have any questions, please the Q&A feature on the top left of your screen. We'll address them at the end. If you'd like to revisit today's sessions or share it with a colleague, a recording will be sent to you after the webinar by email. So that being said, let's start by talking about some of the opportunities and challenges that brands are facing with visual content. Today we know words are simply not enough. We live in a social media world, and as you can see, the amount of visual content continues to rise every year. According to some of the latest reports, we are reaching 1.8 billion pictures uploads every day, and the use of stories as a format is also on the rise. So with all this content created and uploaded, brands really need to step out in the way to engage with their customers. And you can leverage the content your consumers are creating to stand out from the crowd. The key is to find the right mix on the visual content. Our strategic moderation expert can help you with that. And that is what this webinar is all about. As the amount of visual content continues to rise, digital and social media have also changed the customer journey, giving customers more control and changing the way they interact with brands. Today's purchase journey is more dynamic and it doesn't have a certain aim. I'll explain that in a second, but do you remember how buyer's journey used to be? In the past, brands and customers used to interact only in physical stores or through traditional media like TV or print. Nowadays, communication happens everywhere, all the time. The customer journey now has so many steps before and after the purchase, so many touch points. Most consumers are now leading their own journeys. We expect customer service on Twitter, we make orders through Facebook Messenger, we post pictures and stories on Instagram, we leave reviews and watch tutorials before and after making a purchase. And these are just a few examples. We, as consumers, create content all the time. We are looking for content from our peers, and we expect to see authentic content coming from brands. Last year, we conducted a global research to understand customer trust. As you can see in the stats here, consumers turn to UGC in every stage of the purchase path. From inspiration and discovery to purchase and post-purchase, UGC is a great feed across the whole customer journey. Users create and share posts featuring your brands and products. They get inspired by others, people's posts, and they are more likely to buy something if they see a positive review online. If they have a positive experience, they can advocate for you on social media. You can leverage all that content and share it in your own channels, not only in social media. Consumers' content will promote authenticity. It will work as social proof for other buyers. It will build trust and drive sales. Just look at some of these numbers. There are multiple touch points and multiple opportunities across the journey to really make an impact with user-generated content. Tim Palmer is joining the webinar today. He's been an account manager for almost 3 years at Olapic, helping brands to boost their visual content strategy. Welcome, Tim. Over to you now.
Hi everyone, thanks Nico for the introduction. So Nico just talked about the opportunities around visual content. Now let's discuss some of the challenges brands are facing, hurdles that brands have to go through to sell their brand experience and to lead with customers at front of mind. We've seen some of the recent stats on the amount of content that is being created every day on social media. Still, a lot of brands are struggling with their own content strategies. They might not have engaging or personalized content, or the content they are producing on their own is not enough or not performing very well. Plus, creating lifestyle content is expensive and time-consuming, and product turnover poses a significant challenge to most brands. This is where user-generated content can help. With all of the content from users, the question is, how can brands keep up? How can they leverage all of that content? And how can they add value with visual content? To overcome the challenges we mentioned and seize the opportunities across the modern customer journey, brands need not only a visual content strategy, they need technology and expertise to work with visual content at scale. Our platform powers solutions for user-generated content, influencer marketing, and short-form video. We help hundreds of brands to achieve a high-performing visual content approach, optimized for every touchpoint. First, we help brands collect, curate, and deploy user-generated content. We curate real customer photos with precision, seamlessly activate across channels, and we analyze impact with insightful revenue, performance, and engagement metrics. Then, influencer marketing. We help brands automate the ongoing management of influencers from start to finish. You can search for influencers, communicate directly with them, and create content briefs, manage incentives and payments, and measure the success of your campaigns. And last but not least, our short-form video solution helps clients creating on-brand, high-quality video templates built to scale, and one-off animations based on marketing and advertising needs. Visual content in our platform goes through a very straightforward process. First, we collect the content from social media. We curate it so you can surface the best visuals to work with. Then we transform it into different formats and platforms. So then you can activate it across all of your marketing channels. Think about your website, social media, in-store, for example. However, when we get into detail, each one involves a complex process that includes multiple teams and an amazing amount of work to deliver the best visual content for your marketing campaigns. This, the curate part, is where the strategic moderation team comes in and where we'll focus on in this webinar. I'll pass it over to Flor now, and she'll dive deep into our curation process.
Thanks, Tim, and hi, everyone. I'm Curate, and I'm Senior Moderation Specialist at Olapic. Tim just mentioned our core platform features: collect, curate, create, and activate. Now, let's dive in the curate side of things, which is the main focus of our webinar today. Collecting and curating images is not just selecting this picture or that picture from social media. A combination of technology and human expertise is what really sets Olapic apart. As for technology, our proprietary algorithm is capable of recognizing certain aspects of the images. Those could be gender, outdoor or indoor locations, selfies, languages in the captions, and more. Also, our patented photo rank filter takes data from the highest performing pictures and learns from it to show the content that will perform the best first. And on the other side, we have our strategic moderation services team. Our team has years of experience sifting through visual content. Combined with our account managers and project managers, our moderation team uses brand strategies and guidelines to ensure that only the best, most brand-appropriate content gets through. And most important, they also have the knowledge to help you understand what's working with your brand in order to optimize your content strategy and reach your goals. So visual content goes through our algorithm and then through our team of moderation experts. Our experts analyze thousands of photos from images to surface the best content for each brand, taking into account not only brand guidelines, but also goals, image quality, usability, caption, hashtags, and more. The workflow that starts with filtering and tagging ensures that each brand gets the best content generated by their consumers, and that the content is rights approved and ready to be used on any marketing channel. I will go over the main step of the process now. So this first step is all about filtering. We go through the amount of content that our content engine collects. A qualified team of moderators reviews and filter all the collected content according to the brand and campaign guidelines that were already established. Review all aspects of the content to make sure that we can provide brands with the highest quality content available. That is images, caption, hashtags, and we also think about how the media is going to be used by the brand. The next step in this process is tagging. After filtering the content according to brand guidelines, our moderation team uses your e-commerce page to tag the media to a specific stream or a tag. A stream or a tag can be a product, service, or a category. It can even be a characteristic of a product, like a shape, or can be also a size, and among other things. After tagging and after the user grants permission to use the content, the media can be activated on your website through our widgets. The widget is basically a gallery or a carousel that you can customize and display in your homepage, category pages, product display pages, and even in a gallery page designed to showcase your best consumer photos. We'll see some great examples later about the galleries. But as I was saying, adding the streams to the photos enables shoppable links in the images, so a user viewing a picture on your site can go straight to the product page and even add the item to their shopping bag. After filtering and tagging, all collected content goes through quality analysis. During this stage of the process, we ensure that the brand's quality guidelines are being met and that the tagged images match the product. Once the content is curated, the brand will ask for permission to the person that posted that image. So we'll make sure that we will have the consent of it. Using the platform, a message will be sent to the user's Instagram post so they can decide if the content can be used or not by the brand. Once the user gives their consent, and once you approve the content, the UGC is ready to be activated on all of your channels, from e-commerce to social media, ads, email, offline, and more. You'll have all your approved content in one place, ready to be used whenever you need, and you can even filter it by the tags or streams associated with each photo.
Thanks, Flor. We'd like to finish this section with some stats that really show the importance of strategic moderation teams throughout the curation process. Just in the first half of 2019, we collected 42 million photos and 978,000 photos were tagged to products. Finally, almost 2 million e-commerce transactions were influenced by user-generated content collected and curated by Olapic.
So, as we mentioned before, user-generated content can boost engagement, create awareness, drive discovery and sales, and most important, build trust. Visual content can be turned into e-commerce, and it's during the creation process where this magic happens. There are multiple scenarios where the strategic moderation services can make a difference for brands. And today, we wanted to focus on 3 specific cases that we think you will find really valuable. First, we'll talk about using moderation to create personalized experiences on your website or e-commerce. Then, increasing product coverage. And the last scenario is about generating buying opportunities with the assistance of our strategic moderation services.
Okay, let's start with the first of our examples today, creating personalized on-site experiences. OPI, the nail polish brand, felt the need to change the way they showed their content on their site. They thought that it would look amazing to divide their consumer photos into color blocks. The strategic moderation team came up with the idea to tag products in a way the brand could filter by colors and collections. That way it'd be easier for them to select photos within our platform. Right now we're looking at their social gallery. As you can see, they encourage users to share their photos using the hashtag OPIObsessed, and the photos are arranged by shades of color, creating a beautiful effect. With the help of our strategic moderation services, OPI now has the ability to set up boards knowing how the published images will look. Plus, they can choose the ones they like the most to be syndicated to other retail partners. We've done something very similar with other brands, where instead of the color of a product, we tag the main color in a photograph so they can choose to display their widgets with different colors in different sections.
Now, let's take a look at our second scenario. This one is focusing on leveraging the power and expertise of our strategic moderation team to increase product coverage. Oftentimes, customers do not get enough content from their consumers to cover all of their products in their catalog. It has been proven that UGC increases interaction rates and conversion rates on product detail pages. This is why most brands are looking ways to display as much as possible. Sometimes it can be a real challenge to find effective ways to achieve the goal of increasing product coverage. And again, when we talk about product coverage, we refer to the amount of consumer photos collected for a specific product. Now, the moderation team is a great asset to work toward this goal. In some cases, we were able to take a proactive approach and provide clients with strategic guidance tailoring to their needs. A suggestion of products to focus on or products with the highest page views but with no UGC associated to them. For example, one of our clients is a major sports apparel brand. We talk about what regions to prioritize and whether to focus on specific or generic products. We helped defining the percentage of product coverage and the amount of photos that were enough to consider that a product was actually covered. The team also created a method to track all products and monitor progress. And finally, we also defined a deadline to reach the goal and created a list of products to prioritize. If we take into consideration their two biggest markets, we can see the improvements that were made. In the last year, their percentage of in-stock articles that feature UGC went from 10 to 18% in Region A, and doubled from 6.4 to 12.8% in Region B. Now, let's have another example that we wanted to share with you. It is an international online toy shop. Our moderation team helped the brand increasing their product coverage across two regions where they operate. Our specialists provided the brand with a list of products with high page view, but again, with no UGC. So the brand created content among their employees to make sure that we could collect those images. As you can see, in Region A, they increased the product coverage by 88% within only 7 months. They raised it from 8 to 14%. The same strategy was executed in a different region with almost equal results. They got a 78% more coverage within 7 months of work, with a lift from 6.4 to 17.8%. Those are great numbers, right? Both the brand and our team were really happy about the achievement.
Okay, we're almost at the end of today's webinar, but before we finish, I'd like to share the experience of another of our clients. Flora already talked about increasing product coverage to boost engagement and drive conversions. We'll see that the moderation team can also curate visual content and generate buying opportunities throughout the curation process. Some beauty and apparel brands collect amazing user-generated content that doesn't quite showcase a product in particular. Or it could happen that the user that posted the image used different products from different brands to achieve their look. Still, the content could be amazing for the brand to share. For example, here we can see a woman with beautiful curly hair. It's a cool photo, great content, but we're missing the actual product to sell. One of the brands that was faced with this situation was Bumble & Bumble. We suggested that we could tag all relevant products needed to achieve the look the image is showcasing. In the example I mentioned, the strategic moderation team would tag products from a curly hairline, such as shampoo, cream, oils, and more. Clients found it easier to shop more products, reaching a 5.45% increase in the conversion rate in the last 12 months. That's impressive considering that the benchmark for this vertical is around 4%. Back to you, Nico.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks, Flores. Thanks, team. This was very insightful information. Now, remember, if you would like a deeper dive into the work of our strategic moderation services, please connect with your account manager who will be happy to provide more detail. Right now, let's dig into some of the questions that you posted. So we have a question here that says, I have a great volume of content and I struggle to get good content. How would moderation team help me with this? Flor?
Yes, so the moderation team will definitely help you. We will get in contact with you to understand your content needs, if you're working with campaigns, influencers, or to understand your content goals. What type of content are you looking for? We will provide you with strategies, with guidelines, best practices on collections, and we'll help you to get the best content according to your needs.
Thanks, Flor. Great. So this question says, how are campaigns handled? Are all processes the same? How can I make sure that my campaign is being prioritized? Tim, would you like to take that one?
Yeah, thanks, Nico. I would say we've definitely fine-tuned our ways of working over the years, but of course, processes will be tailored to your campaign or event. So the key is communication. So it's best to inform your account manager and moderation specialist in advance of what's coming up. Sharing as much info on the campaign or event will really help the moderation team get to grips with what's going on and ensure it's being prioritized to bring you the content you want at the right time.
Thanks, Tim. So we have another one that says, can you elaborate a bit more about the topic on the possible solutions for helping with the product coverage? Tim?
Yeah, I think where, we've seen in the examples from earlier, where we can really help is actually analyzing your current product coverage and then seeing where there's gaps with certain categories or product lines. Then we can focus resources on those gaps or prioritize new products or limited edition collections. And sharing product collection information with us where possible will really help as well, so we can focus on those.
Okay, that's great, Tim. We don't have a further question, so okay, we have another one. Sorry. So this one says, what do we need to do to get information back on which content is doing the best and getting content recommendations? Tim, would you like to chip in?
Yeah, sure. So I think how your account manager and moderation specialist can help you is making sure that you've got access to the results within the content engine itself, but also setting up monthly scheduled reports for you and showcasing which content is actually performing the best. So with our analytics system, you'll be able to see which products are performing the best and which individual photos are performing the best. And then of course, which users' photos are performing the best. So if you're not receiving that right now, make sure you talk to your account manager.
Okay, that's great. So that was the last question that we have. We come to the end of our webinar. Keep an eye on your inbox for a follow-up email from us soon with the webinar replay. On behalf of Olapic, thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a great day.